All right, and just like that, it's game 3. Let's head to Florida, where I'm taking the Edmonton Oilers to win this one, go up 2-1, and I'm taking the under. Starting goalies brought to you by Bet365. It's June 9th where the Edmonton Oilers' Stuart Skinner heads down to Florida and takes on the Florida Panthers' Sergei Bobrovsky. Want to get on the action for Stanley Cup playoffs? At Bet365, they got you. From game props, player props, totals, and the money line. You can even bet on futures like series winners, conference champions, and the Stanley Cup champion, and much, much more. Whatever your bet, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app and get in on the game. An official partner of the Stanley Cup playoffs, must be 19 or older. All right, let's start with the Edmonton Oilers. Stuart Skinner, coming off an OT loss, double OT. Brad Marchand squeaked one in there. Some people saying it's a bad goal. It's a tough one, right? You don't want to see pucks go through your goalie by any means, but you look at the back check by Draisaitl. He just kind of gets his stick in there enough to mess up Marchand, throws the timing off for Skinner, and one squeaks through. And I thought Skinner was really good in this game. I think both goalies have been unbelievable so far in this series. There's been a ton of goals, in the first 2 games. That being said, that's why I'm taking the under in this one. I think it's going to be tighter. I think it's going to be a different atmosphere in Edmonton. There's a big break between, which I really like in this sense, because we're coming off a double OT game and travel down to Florida. It gives these guys to be fresh and be ready to go, because so far this has been one of the best Stanley Cup finals we've seen in a while, and Stuart Skinner's a big reason for it, right? He's been rock solid. He's seeing the puck well. And even in that game 1 where they came back and won, they went down 3-1, and I thought there was like a little bit of momentum after the Sam Bennett, bumps into him. They score, the challenge, everything that's gone down. He's been really focused. I think that's just the maturity in Stuart Skinner now being to a Stanley Cup final and where he's at. So I like the Oilers to get this one. I think all things being equal in this series, it's very tight. It's really hard to find a difference maker. Obviously, Skinner can be at times being rock solid, but I just have to err on the side of McDavid and Draisaitl being the X factor in this series because it is so close. Not that Florida isn't a great team, but I can't see McDavid not putting on a performance tonight. He did last game, but he can continually do that, and it's going to be a big challenge here in Florida tonight. Now for the home team, the Florida Panthers, Sergei Bobrovsky. He's been rock solid too. What a game last game. He made a lot of big saves in this game when Edmonton could have kind of, blew this game open. Obviously, the late goal goes in. The worm, Corey Perry, at the front of the net where he does his business. He's 40 years old. I'm 39, and I'm watching Corey Perry get the job done in double overtime, and he's just competing in there. It just shows the talent he has and the work ethic and where he's been. He's been in the Stanley Cup final 5 years in a row. It's been fun to watch. It's going to be a challenge for Bobrovsky because he's going to continually try to get there. I thought Evander Kane had a big goal. And those are the guys, for me, on the outside that have to get to Bobrovsky because when he sees the puck, he saves the puck. So I look for him to be solid. We broke down Skinner's game and where he's at. So that's why the under is tempting here for me because the line set at 6.5 and the amount of goals that have been scored in this series. I look for this game to get there early and just be solid, right? We've seen a lot of goals early in the first period where I just don't know if the crowd and Bobrovsky and Skinner are going to let it get there early. So that being said, it's going to be a good challenge tonight. Sergei Bobrovsky, he has the pedigree. He's won the Stanley Cup. He's won a Vezina. He's going to be tested tonight because Leon and McDavid are going to push and they're going to try to score that. Obviously, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins might be out of the lineup, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. His game time decision. But Bobrovsky, there's a lot of weight on his shoulders here because if they go up 2-1, now you swing that home ice, right? Now he has it, and there's going to be a big bunch more pressure on Edmonton. So look for a great game for him tonight and Stuart Skinner. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Those are the starting goalies for Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final. I'm Carter Hutton. I'll be back for Game 4 with another set of picks. Until then, keep it locked on Daily Faceoff.
What's up, hockey fans? If you enjoyed that video, then you need to be hitting the subscribe button right here at Daily Faceoff. Exclusive interviews and analysis from our hockey insider Frank Saravalli, fantasy updates from Brock Sagan, and a daily live show at noon Eastern, Monday through Friday. You don't want to miss any of the fantastic content, so hit that subscribe button.